Hi, it's January 18th, 2012, and this is C-City TV, live from Studio 926. I'm your host, Stefan Roots, and what I do is consolidate all the blog posts that were on chesterblog.com and give it to you in this video in a short, concise manner. First of all, before we get started with anything, we like to first thank the heroes of our community this week, and that would be none other than the teachers. They were going to come to work for no pay, just to make sure our kids had a place to come every day and to teach them. How many of you would come to work for no pay? Teachers, staff, administration, thank you for your hard work in trying to keep these schools open. We can't thank you enough. The first story of the day is a sports story. Chester High basketball has won 40 straight games. They went to Erie last week. Now, Erie is the furthest west and north part of the state. It must take 25 hours to get out there. They beat the two teams that they played. Then they came back home and went out to Penwood last night, whipped up on them by 25 points or so on TV. Comcast TV covered the game. It was a beautiful game to watch on TV. We're 40 games under our belt, and we're just so proud of our defending state championship Chester High School boys varsity basketball team. I caught the Sacramento Kings and the Orlando Magic playing on TV. I think it was last week. That's Tyreke Evans versus Jameer Nelson, two Chester products who are playing in the NBA. You talking about a boring game? That was it. But Tyreke did open the game with a jump shot over Jameer, and a little later had a spectacular block of one of Jameer's layups. But of course, Jameer has the better team, so they won the game and had all the bragging rights. The game was nothing to brag about, though. But it's great to see our guys in the pros making money, making a career out of something that they love. Last week, Joe Bell was the topic. This week, his name barely came up. Joe Bell is the new police chief, now called commissioner, that was not a very popular choice by our Mayor Linder. Now with all the news coming out of the schools and out of the mayor's office, Joe Bell is basically an afterthought. So, let's get right into this week's blog post. The three hot topics this week were, of course, the school district woes, and then there's Mayor Linder with his ball and his appointments and his budget amendments and the firings, and then there's the State Rep Kirkland "Shut up" video. First, let's talk about the school district. Teachers weren't going to get paid this week, but a judge forced the governor to get up off $3 million to make sure they got paid on time. Now, students walked out of class on Friday the 13th anyway, and they marched downtown Chester to have a conversation with the senator, the state rep, the mayor, anybody who would come out and talk to them. And that's where the Daily Times caught up with State Rep Kirkland and filmed the "Shut up" video. Now, State Rep Kirkland was caught telling somebody in the crowd, or the crowd itself, to shut up after the kids challenged his statement that he was the only person to fight for them in Harrisburg. Kirkland admits that Harrisburg isn't returning his letters or phone calls, and the other state reps from the area got together and they sent a letter to Governor Corbett, but they didn't include Kirkland in their letter. So that kind of forced my hand to ask the question to the community: does Kirkland have any friends in Harrisburg? And then there's the mayor. The mayor and city council approved and amended the budget for 2012. There's been all types of misinformation. There's been all types of rumors with regard to what's in this new budget. I still haven't figured it out either. Uh-oh. That was the wrong card. And then there were firings. The mayor, after the city council meeting, they took about a half hour or so. I guess they had some water, a little snack. And then they went around the building and started firing people. Up to 25 people were escorted out of their city careers with hardly any notice other than the fact that their email stopped working around 10:30 that morning. Now, I know some of those folks bought a $100 ticket to go to the mayor's ball, inauguration ball, the following day. We still don't know if any of them got their refunds. And then there's the ball itself. I heard it was a great event. Over 600 people attended. They had to set up tables outside. some people had to be turned away. I tell you, with 500-600 people attending at $100 a pop, that's $600,000 in the kitty. Mayor Linder, I suggest you have a few more parties before it's all over. And then Chester's candidate for Congress, Jimmy Moore. He's a new face in town, but a face I think you're going to like. He'll be coming around in the next couple weeks for us to sign his petition. He needs 1,000 signatures for him to get on the ballot to go against our reigning congressman, who, as I go around town, nobody knows who he is. If you know who he is, just say it out loud right now. Go ahead. Who's our congressman? Say it out loud. See? Most people don't even know. Jimmy Moore slammed the governor for proposing food stamp limits for folks who have more than $2,000 in assets. I mean, I don't know what you think about that, but a couple of the comments on the blog says food stamps are hard enough to get already, let alone to tell me if I got more than $2,000 in the bank, I still can't get them. Now listen, this Saturday, January 21st, Harrah's is going to have a show. All right? 14 singers from Philly are going up against 14 singers from Washington, D.C. at Harrah's Chester Casino at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6. Now it's a sing-off. The 14 contestants from Philly and D.C. have been competing for a while to get down to 14. The winners in all the categories end up going to Vegas. Now what makes this such a hot show is, first of all, they're all going to be performing to a live band. And secondly, we have a Chester dude who's going to be singing. Terry Stamps. Everybody knows Terry. Everybody knows Terry. Now, D.C. is coming up with 8 buses. Philly is going to be coming down strong. Come on, Chester. Don't you let Terry get up there and sing, and all we hear is this. I want to hear some hooping and hollering. Now, tickets are $30 at the door. I've got 4 pair left for $20. If you're a real baller, buy them at the door. But if you want to save a couple dollars, give me a holler. My number's on the blog, chesterblog.com. I'm your host, Stefan Roots, and that concludes this week's version of C-City TV. Remember, if you miss a day, you miss a lot. That's it.